I've been looking for my first project motorcycle for some time now, and to be honest, it's mostly been based off of vibes and a pretty modest budget. And that lack of motorcycle ball knowledge is how I ended up with a motorcycle that everybody absolutely hated when it first came out in the 80s. That was until it proved it was gonna outlive everybody. This is my brand new to me 1980 CX500 Deluxe. When this bad boy first came out, its critics called it the plastic maggot. They should have called it the plastic cockroach, because apparently this thing just won't die. And today I'm gonna get this maggot running squeaky clean. So today we're gonna do an oil change, check out the brake pads, bleed the one brake line, and it actually turns out that these brakes had a whole other surprise in store for me, so that'll be fun. We're then going to remove these old crash bars and these bags, a little more complicated than I originally thought it would be. And then finally we're gonna give this guy a much needed wash, and then I'm going to decide if I want to turn it into a Café, a Scrambler, or a completely different build that's just gonna be way too complicated for a novice like me. So I'm gonna switch into some oil changer pants here. My hat. So this is pretty cool. I've got the original manual that came with it. Fill the crankcase with approximately 2.5 liters, 2.6 quarts. I need about 2.5 of these guys. And then for my oil filter, I've got a high flow. That should do. I'll put a link to all this stuff down below. Yeah, I should probably turn this guy on for a couple minutes before I do the oil change, huh? Okay, so this is giving me a pain because I've got the choke and you pull it. Oh my gosh. Oh, so it goes out that much and you think, oh, that's the most it's gonna come out. But it's not, it actually comes out even more. A little bit. And once it's out to this amount, the bike was able to start. I'm not sure if the guy before me did an oil change or not, but regardless, it's definitely something you want to do every time you get a new bike. Oh wow, look at that! This clean oil right there. Alright, let's see what size we think this is. 12, first try. Yummy. I've never used a filter like this. Cool. Before I put this back together though, I have to replace the shift shaft seal right over here. So I guess I'll try that now. This seems so grimy. I'm gonna have to wash that. Look how dirty that is. So I got this cheap hook from Harbor Freight for like $2 for a set. Whoa, this one's kind of weird. I wonder if this can go in and then turn. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh. Give it a little force. There we go. That's how you get this stuff out. So I made sure to clean this out really well before I put the new seal back in. Make sure to put some oil on your new seal to help seat it into place, because otherwise it's just going to be a pain and you could damage the seal you just bought. Turn it. See this little groove? I could fit my screwdriver right in that. Look at that. Perfect. Now I'm not worried about scratching anything. Ooh, I think I got one side in. Oh yeah, that worked really well. I think it's seated pretty decently, but... Oh yeah. What do you think? Does that look seated? Looks pretty good to me. What I have to do now is clean this thing, because I'm not putting this back on like this. All right, so I'm gonna wipe these down and maybe hit it with some brake cleaner, because brake cleaner cleans everything. But I kind of have a feeling I can just wipe it off too, because that did something. Yo, this looks pretty darn clean now. Some might say squeaky clean. Let's throw it back on. Do you know what I realized I didn't do? I didn't like really look to see exactly how this was set. I'm gonna throw my foot on that and see how that feels. Does it hit anything? Does not. If we go up, it hits nothing. So now after forcing the wet clutch to shift with no oil, which I just kind of was thinking about at the end there, I think it's time put some oil back in. It's low. All right, so I'm just gonna put this on. I guess. Something like that. All right, I guess we throw this guy on now. No shot this was put on like this. This is the old crush washer, and it was just smashed on. Who? Why? This came off, but there's still some on there. There's the crush washer. That thing got crushed. This one? This might do. So the crush washer I'm using is a 16 by 20 by 1.5. That should be fine. That should get crushed, spread out a little bit. Should be good. All right, oil. It's kind of like the stuff that came out of it. It's like I'm cleaning a baby's mouth after feeding it a bottle. Choke is not choked enough. Reinsert the dipstick without screwing it in. Out. Take it off. Put it in. Take it off. And right in the center. Right in the center there. Perfect. So I was just moving the bike to this position because I'm about to bleed the brakes, and you'll never guess what started leaking. Yep, that's right. The battery. So I don't know how old this battery is, but it holds a charge. I haven't had to charge it up really. I mean, I have it connected to this and I charge it up one time. Okay, I'm a little bit confused now because there's a gross ass dead spider in there. That's not why I'm confused. I'm confused because there was stuff on the bottom of this battery, and now there's nothing. When I tilted it over, it was dripping this like clear stuff. It didn't smell like gas. This is the air box, so something would have had to drip from here onto the battery. I'm wondering if there was a gas leak, because I did jiggle it around, but it didn't smell like gas. Can batteries leak and then stop leaking? Was it the roof? Did it come through the roof, then come through our room, and then go to the ground, and then come into the garage? Maybe I was straining myself and I pissed my pants when I did this. I'm just gonna leave the battery out anyway. Nothing else is leaking. I don't know. It was with gloves on, so it didn't like burn or anything. I'm not sure how much brake fluid is in this, but it needs to be between here and here. And you can kind of shake it around and see, it looks pretty much between there and there. I do know that the front brake is freaking stiff, so I don't know what that means. But I'm just gonna see what color this brake fluid is, probably bleed the brakes. Just have a real exciting time about what's about to happen. Brake fluid looks clean, to be honest. So I'm just going to top this up with .3 and .4 brake fluid here. This takes .3. I did look it up. You can mix this with brake fluid that's in there as long as it's clean, and that looks clean to me. I'll show you what dirty looks like. This is what dirty looks like. That was my Suzuki. Just gonna pour a little bit in and just try to get it more between these lines, because this is low. I need to replace this master cylinder, not because it's like not working well. I think it's probably doing all right, but it's carbon fiber. I think it's carbon fiber. I keep brushing up against it with my arms, and then I'll get like a rash on the inside of my arm or something. All right, let's check the brake pads. Man, these are dirty. All right, what are the odds of this stuff coming off easily? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh, that was easy enough. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think there's a difference between someone who's doing it themselves, like me and maybe you and the guy who owned this bike before, and bringing it into a shop. When you're doing it yourself, you know when you put a bolt in, you're the one taking it out. In a shop, they're like, I've got tools to take it out. You know, they're not trying to use these little wrenches or sockets or whatever. It's just easier to work on if it's someone's personal bike that they've been wrenching on themselves. Oh, this is rusty in there. I guess it works. It's not leaking, so that's fine. Interesting. You just put the brake... Oh, dude, these are new brake pads. There's a spider egg on it. Maybe these aren't so good. Now that I look at them up close like this. First things first. I'm gonna look up to see if there's a way to like repair that. And if there's an easy way to repair it, I'll try that, but I have to look into it. I was thinking I just drive around the block and just start smashing the front brake. Sounds like a great plan, I know. But I'm thinking maybe I just wear off a couple millimeters of it or something, and then I'll get fresh pad. Makes sense in my brain. All right, let me show you everything that came with the motorcycle. The basket came from Safeway, he said, so that's a plus. I've got the owner's manual and workshop manual, a service and repair and maintenance manual. I've got the original owner's manual with it. That's a little beat up, but the inside's fine. Gear oil. I think this goes to the, it's called the final drive? I don't know. I looked it up. There should be a little thing to open up and look inside to see what it looks like. He said he recently did that, and by now I kind of trust him. I don't know. This is kind of neat. This is the original tool bag. It's kind of rough, but nevertheless, it's cool. No tools in there. I don't think I got any tools. Maybe I can look under the seat. I don't know if there are tools there. I didn't look. Okay, so inside this ammo box, it's just some like old parts. Like there's a gasket. It says piston 33 mil question mark. Just like some fuses. These are all the things that he has replaced. He just kind of pins them together. These are pretty cool. I don't know if I want to use these or not. So these are the actual tire nozzle caps, I guess. But they're sweet. They're like these Honda ones. I don't know if I'm going to put these on. I feel like someone's going to steal them if it's out. Brand new air filter he never put in. So I guess I'll install that. What is in here? Oh, these are some old lights. There's 4. They're all just like this. So if anything cracks, I've got some replacements. And then, this is kind of funny, just paperwork. These are just some notes that he took on a notepad. I think this is a wiring diagram. All of this stuff is just random like maintenance. So yeah, that's my box of goodies that came with the bike, and it's just cool to look through, cool to have, cool to replace. Well, I guess I might as well take the seat off and see if I can find any tools under there. And while I'm taking stuff off, I'm going to take those crash bars, and I'm going to take the saddlebags off as well. I'm going to see what this thing looks like. So before I take this crash bar off, I need to clean some stuff because apparently the brake fluid decided to come out of the bottom of the master cylinder and went everywhere. Here, all the way down, until it gets down there. Solid. I'm just gonna use some simple green here. Gosh, good thing I'm planning on repainting this tank anyway, but I was hoping to keep these original fairings nice, but you can see how quickly some brake fluid will start to eat at the paint. It was like one night. I'm just gonna cover this guy up. Just like a little band-aid. Well, that was fun. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do next on this bike, and I was thinking maybe I'd do the front end, and a part of that was going to be replace the master cylinder anyway, so I guess that's probably the next video. Subscribe if you haven't, because I need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, and that would be kind of cool. And then look out for the next video where I do the front forks, the master cylinder, and I think I'm going to be replacing the whole handlebar setup here. For now, let's get back to taking off these crash bars. These crash bars are funny because they're not attached to anything at the top here. It's just, oh shit, it's loose. Guess they would still help if you knocked it over, but they'd be hitting the tank, hitting the pipes, they'd be hitting everything. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Oh, there's like a big bolt in the back. There's a nut, not a bolt. I just pull it back. There you go. Kind of dirty. Just throw that back in there. Hey, that was easy enough. There's one. Oh my gosh. Dude, look at this bolt. Look at this. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to replace these. This thing is dirty. It must have just been left outside. Oh man, look at this. Gotta replace the wire up here too. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. It runs. All right. It runs. That's what I was looking for. 2 down. And now we've got the 2 bags to go. in the seat. Gotta take that off too. Boom. Okay, yep. Easy. Not too bad. Ah, these are attached. These are attached to some things. They're attached to the shocks. This thing. There are wires going to these because these guys have lights on them. Where do I want to start? Geez, these are attached to a bracket attached to the tailpipes. The fuck is this? That sounds like tools. Look at all these shiny goods. This is so dirty. All right, I'm gonna follow these wires. Yeah, that's just a professional electrical tape job. Electrical tape job. Electrical tape job. The red wire goes to the black wire. The black wire goes to the black wire. The white wire goes to the white wire. This was soldered together and then just electrical taped? You know how to solder, but you can't use some heat shrink? Guys, do you think this is running squeaky clean yet? This one, I'm gonna cut this wire and this wire. This one, I'm gonna cut this wire. So if you look at old pictures of this motorcycle, bags were not stock. People would put them on. Ow. But it seems like to put them on, you had to do this crazy, elaborate thing that makes taking them off a giant pain in the ass. Now, is that it? All right. All right, well, we are completely bagless, and I have to say this really does look like a pile of dirt that just got thrown into the back of this. They must have been freaking kicking into four-wheel drive and sending it somewhere. Or this dust has just been there since the 80s. Who knows? Bags are off, but now let's take this off. The bummer about taking all of this stuff off is that I kind of liked it. I like the look and the utility. So maybe whatever I end up building, I can throw some of this or something like this back on it. Look at this rust machine. I'm gonna put the seat back on because I want to see what it looks like with the seat on. Okay, so with the bags off of this thing, it's not horrible. I mean, it's the first motorcycle I've ever worked on. So I know some people don't like cafes. They do like cafes. I don't really care. I'm just trying to learn and build out a motorcycle. So I think the easiest thing, because so many people have kind of done it and I can learn from them, is to cafe it. It was either a cafe or maybe like a bobber or a scrambler. I think this in a bobber would be kind of weird. So I think Café or Scrambler, really. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and Café it and see what I can do with it. So I'm going to do the front end here next and just have to figure out what I'm going to do with the back. I don't really want to cut into it too much, which is why I was like, if I scrambler it, maybe I can kind of keep the back like this. I don't know. Maybe I will. Who knows? See if I can clean it up a bit. The whole point was to make it run squeaky clean, and how can it run squeaky clean if it's not squeaky clean? Okay, so it's like 1,000,000 degrees outside, so I don't want to be out there. So I'm going to try to hand wash this by using soapy water, and then I'm going to spray it with a little bit of just normal water and kind of rinse it off. Oh God. It might not be squeaky clean, but it's still pretty good. Better than it was. I just want to say how super cool this bike looks now that it's cleaned up. Well, it's not perfect by any means. I just wanted to get it looking good and get some stuff done on it and kind of introduce everybody to the new project. So this box right here is what I'm working on next. And it might seem like a small box, but it is mighty. So we've got a lot of front end stuff that we're doing in a couple weeks. So make sure to subscribe because, again, I need to hit 1,000 subscribers. And then maybe next time one of these boxes will pay for itself. If you like this stuff, let me know in the comments. I'm just starting it. I'm just kind of doing this whole build. So let me know what I can be doing better with the video and with the bike. And then I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. I'm going to unbox this right here, right now. Oh, shit.